Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next Real Estate Marketing Minute. Today, we're going to be talking about database sizes, specifically helping and enabling you to figure out if your database is big enough to help you meet your transaction goals. Starting off, I think there's actually a pretty important kind of a hair we need to split in terms of defining our terms. So a lot of us use the word database. And we know that our database and its size and its quality is really important for our business. But I find there's actually a pretty common issue that agents have where they have their database built out, but they actually don't have the ability to efficiently market to those people in their database because all they have are cell phone numbers and addresses. And they don't even have everyone's email address. So your database is a list of people and their information. But your audience, which is what myself as a marketer and a marketing strategist cares the most about, is a group of people who you can actually market to efficiently. So ideally, every single person in your database is also part of your marketing audience. And most importantly, that means they're subscribed to your newsletter and they are liking your Facebook business page, because those are the two primary channels you can use to effectively market one-to-many to your sphere. We are specifically talking about your sphere database here, your sphere audience, because the strategies you need to employ to market to a database of, say, people whose information you got by buying leads is dramatically different from what you would need to do if those people in your sphere, in your database, right? You need to have relationship equity for this database strategy to work, because you need to work a lot harder and spend a lot more money to convert people out of a database that don't know you. All right, so let's talk about some of our assumptions here. Let's say our aim is to create a minimum database size goal. So the minimum number of people you need in your sphere database, the minimum number of people you need to be able to market to efficiently for you to even believe that you can meet your transaction goals. So this number is not like once you get there, you've got it made. No, this is the minimum number. And if you don't even have this number of people that we're going to calculate today in your database, you're probably not going to be able to meet your income goals unless you have other lead sources that you're actively working and converting. And let's also assume that every single person in your database, so that we can just use the word database going forward, let's assume they all like your Facebook page and are subscribed to your newsletter. If they don't, maybe you have another way to really efficiently market and be in touch with these people every week. But if not, you're probably not going to be able to effectively convert your sphere database unless you have some way of marketing to them very efficiently and consistently. So those are our main assumptions. We have to start by looking at the real estate buyer's cycle, the buyer's journey, as we call it in sales and marketing. Excuse me. So I love the annual NAR home buyer and seller survey. There's phenomenal data in there. I think it's really important for every agent to read through that survey's results every year, and especially notice the trends, because you can use that data to help you set better expectations for your business. So from the 2019 NAR survey, one of what I think is the most important statistics in there is that the average person buys a house about every 10 years. If you look at that data, there's a whole bunch of different numbers they throw at you, but we believe the most important number and the most important way to look at the buyer cycle is this kind of decade process. And that 10-year number is really important because with that number 10 and your annual transaction goal, will actually be able to calculate your goal database size. So first, start off with your annual transaction goal. How many transactions do you want to sell to your sphere database? So as an example, let's just say I want to sell 30 houses to my sphere database. Now we know, because there's an average decade, 10-year buyer cycle, that in any given year, only 1/10 of my sphere will even care about real estate. Interestingly enough, within each year, there's only like a few months in which they care about real estate. So you really have a pretty narrow window. They have to wait 10 years to get to. But in any given year, only 1/10 of your database will actually care about real estate at all. So we'll do the math. The 10x rule, it's super simple. I love the way the math is because you don't have to think about it. Your minimum database size is equal to your yearly transaction goal times 10, right? Because only 1 in 10 of people in your database will be buying a house in any given year. So if you want to sell 30 transactions to your database, you need at least 300 people in there. If you don't have 300 people in your Sphere database and you want to try to sell 30 transactions to them, it isn't going to happen. So you need to do that pretty difficult, grindy work in order to increase the size of your database and get those people to connect with you so you can efficiently market to them. Now, here's the sticking point. Based on that metric, right now you have that number in your head, how many transactions you want to sell in 2020 and how many you think you want to sell in 2021. I'm going to bet your database is too small, and I'm going to bet that probably nowhere near all of the people in your database are in your newsletter list and are liking your Facebook page. So you're probably not set up very well for success. And I know that because I do marketing coaching one-on-one with quite a number of agents, and even the top performing agents struggle to hit these numbers. But we're in Minnesota. We're moving into the fall and winter, which is the slow season for real estate. Who'd guess that it would be the slow season for real estate here in Minnesota in the winter? It is a great time for you to hammer out those projects to increase the size of your database, to get people to like your Facebook page and subscribe to your newsletters, to increase your database and audience sizes. Now, I've touched on this. It's the most important part. You must be able to efficiently market to all of your database. And the way to do that, this is how you dominate your database. At least 1 newsletter per month, at least 9 Facebook business page posts per month, 1 quarterly client event, and 1 personal one-to-one touch with everyone in your sphere per month. That is a recipe for success. Our agents that execute this consistently sell twice as much to their sphere. Thank you for listening in. I'm Cooper, and this was JP Woman Realty's Real Estate Marketing Minute. Thank you.